Hello guys, Brian James here with your Season 5 Jello Cup Series preview and the schedule release. So, for those who have been waiting for the schedule to come out, here it is. I'm hoping not to take too long on this. Past videos have taken over 20 minutes before. So I want to start out by saying thank you to everyone who signed up, and thank you to everyone who has or will subscribe to this channel. We want to remind you there is a new website. We also have a Discord. And then, obviously, we got top 33 changes to discuss. So there's a few things to discuss before the schedule comes out. But at the end, we will have the schedule for you. So hang tight. Please just pay attention to these changes. You'll want to know what's going on. So GCN has a new website. And it can be accessed at clabnetworksyt.weebly.com. All rules and regulations are found under Gaming, NR 2003 series, and under Rules and Bylaws. I want to remind you, you will be responsible for checking the site and knowing the series rules, because obviously I don't want any discrepancies. I don't want people saying, that's not a rule, how come I got deducted points, how come I'm suspended? You know, I don't want any discrepancies. And a reminder is always, because you will be responsible for knowing these rules, infractions cannot be disputed or appealed. It will result in harsher penalties, so I strongly urge you, do not argue the penalties. Just understand the rules are on the website. It's a pretty short document, I think. Not many rules. Just don't skip and spoil is the big one. And then just respect people in the comments. That's the big thing. So for all breaking news and updates regarding the Jello Cup, be sure to check out our GCN Discord. There's the link right there. GCN Facebook will also carry some season updates, but obviously Discord is the main place to find news on the series. And obviously GCN Facebook will also carry some season races. It'll also carry, a lot of videos, and live streams. We might do some live streams as well on there during the season, where we'll live stream Jello Cup races. Don't know yet for sure, but the link is right there for that. We're currently actually trying to review if we want to do updates on YouTube. So at this moment, no updates will be published on YouTube. So you will be responsible for clicking this link and joining our Discord. There will be occasional reserved ride giveaways on there. That's another little incentive. That's how most of the rides in this series were filled out this season, through Discord. So keep that in mind as well. So the big thing is going to be the changes to the top 33 for this season. So I'm an idiot. I didn't save the results from race 36. So this was part of the reason for the change. I also didn't feel it was fair that I'm bringing in new cars and they're locked in. I wanted to be some randomness. I wanted it to be some randomness to this. So Tier 1, it's actually going to be determined by 3 tiers. Tier 1 is the playoff cars. Any cars that finish top 16 in the owner points. Tier 2 will be multi-win teams with 2+ wins that just didn't make the playoffs. Even if they're outside of the top 33, they will fill those spots. If there aren't many 2+ win teams that fit that category, 17 through 20 will be picked by the highest in the owner points. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now, if we have like 5 or 6 2+ win teams outside of the top, outside of the playoffs, then obviously we will have something else to discuss, or we'll have another method of figuring out how to determine those 4 spots, whether it be who's the highest in the points with 2+ wins, whatever it happens to be. Tier 3, 21 through 33, those positions are determined by random.org. So if you're mad that you're not in the top 33, blame this website, not me. And new for Season 5, the top 33 will be for the first 5 races instead of the first 3 as in the past. So starting race 6, the Season 5 top 33 will determine who makes the race and who misses it as far as the top 33 in points goes. So there is the top 33 for the first 5 races this season. I'm going to give you a few seconds to kind of look through it. Keep in mind the 65 was JB Motorsports. They switched team names, added a few new owners. The 5 was the 48 last season. And then obviously the 15 and the 77 will be teammates this season. The 48 is a brand new team. So, and the 24, I think that got renumbered. I don't know what that star was for. But anyway, let's move on now. So some notes for the schedule. There will be a Corona Clash at Daytona. So for the first time ever, we will have a clash. It'll consist of pole sitters from Season 4 as well as past Daytona winners. We'll have the entry list on the next page. There will also be an all-star race and a showdown at the halfway point of the season. We are still determining what track that will be hosted at. So please see the Discord and the website in the coming weeks for eligibility rules. Also, please check out our Discord for any updates as far as what track will host it at this point. There will be double points races. The Daytona 500, the Coca-Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, and the Southern 500 will all feature double points. There will be guaranteed green flag finishes at super speedway races such as Daytona and Talladega. That'll be called GCN Overtime. As I kind of skipped ahead too quick. But anyway, here's the Corona Clash entry list. See Frodo Maratz, Nate Baden, Trevor Collins, Eric Baden, all those guys on the list here will be in the Corona Clash. That'll be, we'll actually have the official announcement of where it will be broadcasted on in a moment, as I will show you the Speed Week schedule a little later on. But anyway, I think now's the big moment, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, it is the Jello Cup Series Season 5 schedule. So we already know the first race will be the Daytona 500. Race 2 will be at Las Vegas, the Pennzoil 400. Race 3 will be at Phoenix. Race 4 at Auto Club, so our West Coast swing opens up the season. Race 5 will be at Texas, the O'Reilly 500. That'll end the West Coast swing. Nashville will be race number 6. Race 7 will be at Dover. Race 8 will be at Gateway. That is a first-time Jello Cup Series track, if I'm not mistaken. Martinsville will be the next race after that. And then we'll have the Milwaukee Mile. That is the first 10 races on the schedule. Let's advance it to the next part of the schedule now. Race number 11 will be the Geico 500 at Talladega. Then we'll head to Charlotte for the second of our double points races at the Coca-Cola 600. Then we'll head to Michigan. The Firekeepers Casino 400 will be the next one. Richmond will be race number 14. Kentucky will be race 15. And Pigs Creek will be race number 16. Now that's another GCN overtime track to keep in mind. Same with Talladega. Michigan and Auto Club will not be those races. And one thing you may notice, there are no road courses on the beginning part of the schedule. So these guys are going to have you guys are going to have a lot of ovals to contend with here. Race 17 will be the first of those road course races, and it will be a first-time road course, Road America, for the Road America 300K. Now this is a big change. Race 18 will be at Indianapolis instead. The Big Machine Vodka 400 at the Brickyard will be the third double points race, and it will also be the new midway race or mid-season race. Now here's another big schedule change. We will, as you can see, 2 Pocono races back to back. We'll have more details on that after the schedule is fully released. So please don't leave when the schedule. Please don't stop watching once you finish seeing the rest of the schedule, as you're going to want to see the further details on these two races here. So we have the Gander RV doubleheader at Pocono. And then, obviously, by then we should be at the mid-season point. That's where the All-Star race will come in to play. Race 21, though, will be at Homestead, the Ford EcoBoost 400. And then race 22 will be at Atlanta. So Atlanta takes a nosedive down the schedule. Canadian Tire will be our next road course race for race 23. And we'll actually have back-to-back road course races. We'll head up to Canada for the Canadian Tire 300K. Then we'll come back to Sonoma for the Toyota Save Mart 350. And then we'll go to Daytona. That'll be the Coke Zero 400 before we determine the official playoffs at Darlington for the Southern 500. That'll be the final double points race of the season. Playoffs. I had to leave that GIF there. I love that thing. Anyway, round of 16 will begin at Kansas. That'll be the Digital Ally 400. I believe that's the first time we run Kansas in a handful of seasons. We will then go to Rockingham for the Zaxby's 400. And then we'll wrap up the round of 16 at Circuit of the Americas. That is a first-time track on the Jello Cup Series schedule. So it'll be interesting to see how those guys handle it. The round of 12 will then go to Phoenix for the Can-Am 500. We'll then go to Bristol for the Food City 500 and wrap up the round of 12 at the Charlotte Roval. And it will be the newest configuration of that track. Round of 8 will consist of Talladega for the 1000 Bulbs 500. Watkins Glen and Martinsville will be the final race in that round of 8. And then, of course, our Championship 4. You see all our past champions featured on here. And that'll be held at St. Joltis, the AT&T 500. So, once again, the season will end at St. Joltis. So, now we want to go back to the doubleheader at Pocono. Knockout qualifying for race number 19, which is the first race of the doubleheader. It'll also determine the 40-car field for the second race in the doubleheader at Pocono. So if you fail to make the first one, you also fail to make the second race. The race 20 starting lineup, or the second race in the doubleheader, will be determined by the reverse order of the lead lap drivers. Drivers one lap or more down will start race 20 where they finished in race number 19. So, obviously, if you crash out and finish 40th or you blow an engine, you're starting in 40th for the second race. Essentially, that race will be uploaded. Both races will be uploaded on the same day. One of them will be uploaded at probably 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and the other one will be uploaded at 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So, just keep an eye out for that. Now, of course, here's the Speed Week schedule, so this is something to keep in mind. On the side here is where you can find all of our Speed Weeks things. So, Daytona 500 Go or Go Home and Top 33 practices, those practices will be on YouTube next Saturday at 11:30 and 12 p.m. Eastern. They'll be 15-minute sessions. Then we go over to Facebook Watch at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Facebook Watch will host the knockout qualifying session. Those will all have commentary on Saturday. I'm only telling you this because I just recorded most of Speed Weeks as I am recording this now. Daytona 500 Pole Day qualifying will be on YouTube at 12 p.m. Eastern. It will be a group qualifying session. And then that's when Facebook Watch essentially takes over starting Monday. You will have Corona Clash practice, and then we will have the starting lineup draw. Those will be at 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern, only on Facebook. Tuesday will be the Corona Clash. That will be on Facebook as well. The Corona Clash will not be uploaded on YouTube. which is why I wanted to put that note here. You do not need a Facebook account to watch these races, and I will post the links in our Discord when they are uploaded, so that way you guys can watch the races on there. But then, of course, we have the duels at Daytona. We'll have final practices on Friday. We will have nothing on Saturday, May 9th. And then Sunday, May 10th, will be the official date for the Daytona 500. It will be simulcasted on Facebook Watch and on YouTube, starting with GCN Race Day. That'll be the official pre-race show. It'll be its own separate video, a separate pre-race show for the first time ever. We will have driver intros. We will reveal your favorite moments in Jello Cup Series history as voted on Discord and Facebook. So you'll want to tune in. I think it'll be pretty interesting. And then, of course, the 5th annual Daytona 500 will be Sunday, May 10th at 3:15 Eastern. Then, obviously, that's all I got. But I do want to say, in seasons past, we have had 5 or 6 races uploaded a week. We're going to cut that back a little bit. I want to do 3 to 4 races a week. Some weeks might have 5, but you will never see weeks with more than 5 races. You will see weeks, though, mostly with 4 races a week as we go through the season. If you have any questions, leave them below. Be sure to go to our Discord for all updates, and be sure to like our Facebook page if you have not already. I want to thank you for watching. This is Brian James, and I'm signing off. We'll see you for Speed Weeks next week. Goodbye, everyone.